asem ni
me okay o come na
me tie no I think say na opese o twe minister na dwe sana me hu no opese o twe minister na dwe say at this point engagement is crucial and to him no any maybe ho no mo obeka ne public and o be prefer say can be engage especially why sports minister no but the way we see starting na asem no kan ne how I say oko at the minister no I don't think he was right and 70 be UC and rich in year maybe Oduro Sarfo ne FF no I also catch on say the sports minister has oversight responsibility for everything sports in this country.
He's a minister.
Football, a sporting discipline. Ghana Football Association is a federation under the National Sports Authority. The NSA is under the sports ministry. So by extension, the minister has oversight responsibility over all the federations in this country, including the GFA. We agree, say GFA is a private entity. But good no mudino. The nation interest in Mudi Diagrono. Be a for good year, especially a bedroom level down hooliganism and the security. And what's our mining in our bum? And to remember our example, unfortunately, we are not poorly free. I brought to connect with Marco Boy in February. At a point, someone engage IGP. IGP were part of Ghana football.
No.
On match days, security for police for the football. But when it comes to security and hooliganism, it goes beyond just the private entity Ghana Football Association. And what's the minister ni bomb? Because look, a nation serves in the job on the ball, and will be a free. But we go free more. And the president bet must summon the sports minister. I question
to come and explain certain things.
For briefing, just like you're observing an Apollo free. There was that engagement between GFA, clubs, IGP, NSN. What of you? The GFA, I said, they are fond of saying that, and are football people, you are not part of football, you're not part of football. In all honesty, I am glad this show is on our Semper FM and you're on Facebook. In all honesty, it is wrong for any football person. So, Babajina public platform, so be camera carbon thing, say, Anton go for team, say, Sanipa, we are not part of football. We know it already. But it is very, very wrong because, oh, yes, Anna, I say, I say, when you be that. Muntam the GFN the sports ministry GFN sports ministry no and also munya ayonkofane as a warrior bi say na be ma football na develop in any serious country Ghana Football Association ka blueprint amode be develop Ghana football and ka wose ka money government na yebom Ghana has a rich CAA and sporting facilities the year grow ebo matches of Ghana has ya yenyi aban facilities in free say Ghana football bet ma ba you don't about Ghana football we can't. Simple. Private clubs never qualify for any Africa or continental competition. We can play without government facilities. But I am supposed to be a GFA. Maybe so as a rich. Accra supposed to be a GFA. Cape Coast Stadium, Tamale. These venues are yet bought continental matches. Any GFA. They make what I say. So what it means is that government plays a key role in the development of football in this country. In fact, but for government. I just think my football Ghana has it. It cannot do Sarfo be saying I say a person send a signal, be my minister and say, Makama Jachan, only part of us. No, it is wrong. He is the Minister of Sports and Recreation. Ghana football is a sporting discipline. And you know Oduro Sarfo. We have GFA officials as SMC, Ghana football say people are scrutinized, now people are investigating here. Impression on person who only part of us. It is wrong. No, it is wrong. It is very, very, very wrong. Now we'll say
down a nipa.
We'll say Rich. We'll say the sports minister only part of the GFA.
Yeah.
Interview na monzo say so ka claim na ogusa yenti meboa na the private entities mo go bomb na mo claim na ogusa mo claim football boy
o de ban so na o man kofu o mu du muskei no man sabe gibia
what did I make an say say unim say GFM mo de mo a private entity and mo ko port na mo claim goose why was he expecting say obimebo no mo clear na obi anya no de ba ya asema ka say ye ko clear na kwampo ye ko clear justice the football port ya de ko clear Rich, it is very wrong. I think say a wrong signal and maybe no Oduro Sarfo kotenasia me gidi say nsema na opese ye nya free na asa no ka no nya na wotimi kan no because some no kind there to the extent say as a opposite say the sports minister is even ignorant only the oka na o blame
o say na juma minister na juma and say ayi sports stadium and anwen se no
Esipo anwen se
Esipo anwen se
Sports Stadium Baba Yara Sports Stadium to the extent say wo mu GFA for no kwa mo na mo ye mistakes minister ne ba na say ka mo come no GFA code of conduct and ethics that is so low na no just should be told say asem si Ghana football mu ne border on security the minister has every right to question them. The minister has every right to summon and question them. We understand and we agree, say GFA a private entity, but you work under an umbrella body, which is the sports ministry. In fact, you even go through the NSA before the sports ministry. And some say like a Ghana football is sign because who create impression. Me say I say Afanumi Jahana and a sports minister and you an ESCO member of the Ghana Football Association, you are going after the sports minister. It is very, very, very wrong. Me did say Baba Nation
Oduro Sarfo.
In any case, I think say Nano Oduro Sarfo why a great disservice to the FA now no dom because rich me made the NEC and you say the last time I idea me the blame the Emanipa the two bodies that are in charge of it, and I think the mechanic several times on my MBA I say Obo Bono can't convert my anymore. You need the government's input on it. Maybe the sports minister could have helped us nip this in the bud. Rich, a dumra makani several times. Yent mean trusty football for to safeguard lives and property. MIA. Even away from life, Rich, a proper economic venture a de sika eba o mining born a born. Inti o mine bia na niabre se obeye adwuma na wahye nua hu setimamufo ho betom no. Niema bi say no obo ho ban. Rich, when you go to Europe, nasa what to say, Otisana Gabi Chechimu and Mrebia, I say Franco Mastantuono, it is the European Union that put up those laws, not the football people. So UK, the UK Ministry of Sports is an umbrella, but it's a body under external things are very important. The Premier League profit and sustainability rules, and you football for no UK necessarily. So what I'm saying is that going forward, and which I seen with Makani several times say, it is not interference. In Kiyakokobo's our last 2 matches now, the minister should have summoned the FA and told them and asked them, say, Mr. Yakobo, the last round of Ghana Premier League.
The woman briefings there.
Preparations saying,
especially this season, we've had security issues.
Exactly.
I'm a
free. Baby, I could go born where Chile. A Nipo Betimia G League and Nipo Betimia relegation. So
the magnitude of the game.
Yes, we should have done that. Yentimia, yes, sir. Now, some way see, not a minister say, people who run our football are sometimes curious and need education. You see, may the defensive attitude of some members of the GFA exactly. So defensive attitude, if the two parties do not come together, there is no way Ghana football will move beyond where we want it to move from. Rich. See, and Zando a lot of excellent examples. Police for a lot of these people are not automatically under the GFA. The fans that are there, they are not GFA people, but they make money for you. Club owners, only club no. Say Omemo say if there is turmoil, that's COVID-19 by no to make us a GFNT or ball. You cannot.
Resume, you know.
Yeah.
Say resume with protocols from government. Say
not from the GFA.
Almost entity and them, right? No one can say. Oh.
Yeah.
Right, distance.
Yeah. It Sanyamano, Yenshin ye, Rich, because a very, very important thing. Now, I am ya. I say we make catch on Thursday. I am ya. Say, Mr. Ketiyo Zokreku, and then the people in charge of running of this game. Say, me, I say, I knew that something untoward would be me see when you see. I know that they knew.
That's what we mean.
Sometimes, almost trust some members of the FNO too much. Say they'll do the right thing. Rich, nipa biya ujaina, obedi boni. I didn't see nipa kuninia. didn't no be any say Niami ye enye, and so no ye. And nothing see the enforcement of the laws. On that day, we should have had a special jurisdiction camera. Say, yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, but game, maybe I can match your company TV. So, but in a game like this, we need to telecast it. We need to telecast it for the safety of our people, for the integrity of the game. Rich, nobody will come and buy a product that you are marketing if there is no integrity of that product. The integrity of the product has to be safeguarded. Obi Awadi football, even for 6 months, knows that every team involved your operations for that game. So GFA should have done their operations. Say Kamna Bekomna should have gone there. Say Nipa Bekomna, they should have gone there. And they be out. Say who can say we be na unim baby asem ni si ya. Ebi out me can ye. I know in say. It is a very far place, even from Axim. Ufika krade na okwa aguna Oduro Axima towards the Elubo stretch. Elubo Kwano, I want to obscure place. Kwaniwa, we try and cobra no. If you don't know the place, that is not a place where you compromise. One many Dr. Kwame Chemo, many divine mo disagree on their methods that lead up to the game. But seriously, what the minister said, there's nothing wrong. But Rich, I've also said there is more that we can do than the minister constantly sitting on radio and then saying things that he has to say on radio.
It should be up and doing.
Rich, two truths can be true.
Sure.
Me born and Oduro Sarfo, you know, and some go kaya and yentro. Is there people not there? And you see.
And then Debbie Kofi.
Debbie Richard me bisa simple question. Esi pon ensi wa na.
No, a question ebusa.
Richard.
I know.
No, so the Oduro Sarfo is saying that beyond the rhetoric of being on radio and expressing your view, you say, okay, some of the owners of the clubs are clueless. Is it also not true that there's a lot of work to be done? Does it also mean that he's also clueless?
It's true, but
and it's make a choice. Maybe the end say, I have chastised the Oduro Sarfo. I don't agree with him. But it also means that, and that's what I'm saying, that two truths can coexist. Entrom yenu betimatna entro no krem yenu ebetimatna sembakum.
But baby or there no for overboard.
Yes, and I can say no makana menkan.
Stadium asema de be.
And I make a choice.
Asema esi ni eka wasem stadium do de be mo be ni.
No menkan
Look, that money. Rich is see Oduro Sarfo me penasem pa. But sometimes in work can. Rich. Ujuna no obusan. I remember pa na kasasa.
See, ye nyina nkra ni mu ntete nkra ni. Ni ame pese meka ne say. Oduro Sarfo asem o kan no enye bone ya kan wasem. But does it also not mean that the Ministry of Sports no could have done more than waiting after
it? Na ya tena at discuss about in various stadium ball so yen guy.
No, and
so the fact that that minister make kan wasem no doesn't mean say BBC am on kebi.
That is the problem. Me minister better radio so akanye na make enye no so ka. Enye stadium no kan say na make. Ni make say on the day I did the minister ensure that the right thing was done? GF and minister Asiana. Couldn't that have been done?
No one football person. I don't do something.
You see, that's the thing. And then you catch the minister goes to your football. The minister can go to the president and give him a case study of why football is becoming a national security threat. And that's Yenyaibo. Obey to me, yeah. That is why I'm saying that whilst I respect Professor Mr. Kofi and the job he has done as minister, on the day I would have loved, say, Abia, maybe the people at the ministry who are technical people, they don't understand something like this. Me, if the minister is engaging me as a young man and says, Fiifi, I want you to brief me on some of these things. I thought, times like I would have told the minister, I would have told the minister, say, Minister, Mr. So we can really lead up to our games, you know. Young coach GFA for Horum. Let us see the document they are using to make sure they safeguard lives of the Ghanaian people at the various stadiums, especially for our 3 matches. No, match in a course will be bien, you know. Match in a course when you know, any game. No, we should have safeguard people, but we are allowed those games and then normal matches. So we went there like they were normal matches. Man, normal match. And who goes? Who Obi or call one and normal? Once a home team and normal as an abnormal match because I'm so league. So I'm saying that at the end of the day, we can do more. The checks and balances is important, Rich. That is why even in your constitution, the 3 arms of government, there is a bit about checks and balances.
Sure.
The minister has to check the FA. Rich, me know what you me boss no. And me time as so, so if you time as so. That is it. And not just say we can disagree. So the minister ought to be upfront with the FA and tell them, say, Masa, next season, more plan cry saying, yeah, per broadcast rights. How can we help you? What do we do? And you're very important. And yes, I Rich. Ujama Oduro Sarfo Rich.
No, but Rich, FA for no. Because our game cannot be developed without the government. I mean, it's not possible. And say, I'm on the floor of parliament. You strings are parliament, and some ministers, exactly say, broadcast scramble from super and stuff like that. But Rich, okay, as seminar echoes on Ghana MC and for security issues, and funny serious. I just say BBS answer. And the other man, Yamiano. Unim. Last Sunday, March in the banner, yeah, nations are more. Now it is with Rabba. But the Kennedy Boachans and the kind me funny serious because I mention Kennedy Boachans. Okay, see any anonymous central for him be football enthusiast or Ghana has a sorry. I say Ghana football is dead, there been to demonstration. And then central for being to Cabo Mayor press conference. No, Yanemonya Ghana football is in safe hands. Ketekuri Jeff and Penny for more budget my supporting woman. Kennedy Boachans was part of that team. So it is presumed say we are aligned to the current regime. And they didn't think that Kennedy Boachans Ebekwakwe ampem sa anyina se na even some before the match no be no be free ye ne be interview live on Insure FM or dey betu anim say he say Ghana football be ekọ ne nkoyie no no ko ontu ne wafa before so fa ne sika nkọ Ghana football
Kwame said
yes so
and obi anim the relationship by what Kwame and this current
Rich, exactly Rich from hindsight it will be very easy for us to conclude so, oh nations are nyade yejitum so man nyade so muja game ni bo and yejitum so man nyade kwa so start a match in the first place because some security issues are I don't know why that start a match no yejitum but Rich say unni wo bi ni emfa new man how it feels like a unti o mase
anopena mi tie kuka
yes
coca friend na mi tie no
to the extent say Kennedy allege say macho men got basso with guns and knives Ghana Premier League match venue ye do maba o be den now we nipa so kobobo near this hunu at that point squad unya the right frame of mind to even take the correct decision
me can say Thursday ko you can say na me catch you say so we kwan game ni fast delay na me sure me na me
yes
but me sure say nation for na delay
exactly
game. And an open me take Kuka
Kuka was there with the team
Kuka say look yeah pre match ni bi and I listen to him although on pre match wan ko bi but brief no munya and say security now two parties need na jitum say on the do meba stadium ni nyonum hui and then number 1
later na match commissioner na be party chow
and a match commissioner na be
party chow
then later they realize that some macho men be you see a man supporters in cost stadium me you know na sabo kan ni bi na making
yes
now this is my point say when we na timi course tio say when we na timi course abra ya agree our pre match say look the magnitude of the game no sabi aso obi ko relegation obeso ka league ni
obi peso G league
ono so baso ode enti ekwan bi so no akwa te say ba hook
exactly the stakes are high
either say be come and am G league enti category A you hear security men huge one I was stadium ho you could do bi ni ho now the mad commissioner I catch the nation for the say and I'm quoting Coca.
Yeah, I'm the security baba.
I'm basa di bia ba no kofa tree bi also di beka.
Nations for
what sort of arrangement is this?
So Rich, and then it comes back to point that throughout the weekend I can say Nations FC made a huge mistake so Muji to start a match in the first place.
Zando de bia me ka asem chom. Ye kro ma no. Sa na tie wu. Rich, asem si ana na bi betu tutu.
No, Rich, me know you are doing.
Oh, yeah, pam chom.
I mean the reality is that they all carry no credit. But technically, they say I'm running by the papers from running by Nations FC. Because number one, and your match commission a call of game no. Nations the jaibo.
Sure.
I'm running a clear according to the GFA regulations 2019. Say jaibo on the bar. 153 points plus additional 3 goals.
Sure.
Will be awarded to the opponent. What did the mechanism? In fact, the enhanced safety and security protocols company didn't run by say security arrangement they go akwa ni nyina maswa. Yentimi enfo feature match no. And your nations also determine the job the match commissioner one the big terms no me security arrangement and so about to about park no say man na yet mo match the cancel match na yen postpone match no what the make can say but in this case nations na bad game no na be emo masam no nye den say mo start game no sa security issues are mo raising nyina no mo raising and say mo we before game no be chance yɛbɛpa mo kyɛw sɛ ɔhene bɛpa mo kyɛw sɛ wɔyɛ bɛpa mo kyɛw mogye to mu kɔhyɛ aseɛ na afei ade nti na magye to mu ahyɛ ase na afei de in the middle of the game wobɛka sɛ wɔmɔ biom ɛba saa rich
adentina up to now verdict ne ma
rich ɛba saa na on paper ɛma wɔasɛm no kɔ bibia hɔ technically yɛde mmara no bɛwe nations memenim sɛ mmara no yɛde bɛwe nations but it also brings to the fore the other side of the issues that you raise about security and hooliganism. Nations in some now mpanyifo ni bika mom me mfa no trust how medical me ho ade konta Kennedy bo chance especially I want say find something serious. Kennedy is aligned to this regime. And then na Kennedy we aligned to this regime all of a sudden ebeka say ade ohun na anya na say ampe wo bi da all this years already Ghana football chi to the extent say onto no yonku bi fo onto no ofa bi fo so on for this can watch Ghana football. These are the issues beyond the first nations ne ba shake isi no eno ne niam wo se hwe say anya sa ebeko so ha Ghana football. Like Manfred said, a brilliant suggestion. And yet time when you're treating it as normal, and I am and a GFN or money. No, Ghana football season I born this year. No, Yanya issue of security. I'm here Kobe. Until last 2 matches of the campaign, and rich why you by experience and history. Wouldn't say Ghana football. No, a do maybe say a lot of funny things. We ever saw bribery referee. We ever saw exactly. Until you put in place security arrangements, and my first disappointment was the GFA. Moment before the game, and I mean who's a GFA statistician, most about never to Facebook. I said 2 matches never you know TV so. Protocol made a sporting club, and I can't the dreams FC. Abra before last weekend, your 12 years suggested say protecting the sporting integrity at this crucial point is very important. The football integrity, no. Also, protecting, no.
Sure.
How do we do that? The obvious number one, we make sure that matches now involving clubs from Open League. What about TV so? After about last weekend, nations never shake the man fanka the name about TV so. So I was disappointed. A Kabili chairman say, I have been paying for Adam for game the Trasana. Game the trial. A lot of security implications. And to mess say, Babi Adruno, Mummy and Fally Guinness was at the Black Stars about Kuma and Funny serious no. Huh? Black Stars got a new way for you do it to government. Where the more primary products. You also come on here. You can English football, a Premier League now project English football, even before the Three Lions. It's a league in Koya, and Munyam no come. It's Mamun treating league, you know, the be able to say normal, no be issue, no go to Facebook, no if Panibia Fro, and the be and meanwhile, the issues are going on.
So Argentina, some run cleared, yeah. Another because you really glitching.
Rich and natural say. ABSwa if an investigation on me and actually said the issue is deep seated.
It goes beyond the
yes. And I make us say from hindsight it will be very easy for us to conclude. Oh, I'm running clear Article 13 clause D of the 2019 GFA Ghana Premier League regulations say very easy for us to do that. I have foreseen it my SR. But if any man or more guidance in Sebia, the issues are deep seated. And the money issue near security concerns are nations raising. Came put in place security personnel and this 70 our stadium be okay. But what about match in a course when you nations for no? Yeah, this can be a true said yeah, Coca Nene Kennedy Moka.
Because not me Coca say at a point Omotuano doctor I catch and say, Coca, in 2 years short again before ye. Say Coban is a cano machine. Say a take you could take a leader. What happened? Because policemen no more hano. How many armed? And Kofi, Macho Man for you
but you see, me, the little disagreement may war with Coca and Dr. Kwame Chimo, and I say, Rich, they know the rules. See, it sounds to me as an afterthought. And no court of competent jurisdiction, a bit afterthought. Obama, if ye, and I'm a chain tono, and a nipan work kunedao. Unless you have an evidence to prove that you killed a person in self-defense, every other thing doesn't wash. And Nhyira, the nation's FC team should have been strict on Neman Sumunya and Sana Bona Koso Hodon for them to accept. Don't mean ko baby near catch you at the end of Crano, Yababe Paucho, and that Waja Chel part to Noa Koso Born. Which it tells me that at the very first, the supporters crampa you do two can call on you normal and chain you normal. Dr. Kwame Chi Oba Divine has gotten injured before the game. Then we go on to play the game. Nah, the game shouldn't have gone on. With all due respect to Dr. Kwame Chi, the game shouldn't have gone on. And they may bring Penny Divine. the game should not have gone on. Because to be very honest, this is a simple plan of Obi or Tifi deploying tactics. Meetie Henry Boachansa or Love no. Or a certain man in Bidia or Kabaseke team, no, according to him, some man ne boa pa. It can be part of the plan. Oh, ni abeka chene so chale, yes, some no akos o mebo mo monto mo boase. They just want to calm you down to the extent that bon obeja tomabo. So that is my worry. But you see, it's like Zando Ekano. Bon maybe I just to say the police 100 nebeba. You call no ya kind 100 the general. But you start born to trust master TS, you want a police car, say, and 30 crack and a 40 car. At that point in time, what do you do? Especially when the match commissioner is on your naging. So, Obejagi, no, also match commissioner, so I can go patch or say, a chopper baby.
No, and you're a policeman.
There be Adiana, and I, and I
something in a honest attitude.
A chopper for him.
The game.
So that is why I'm saying that.
Because of security.
Beyond all of these things, that is why there is always supposed to be checks and balances. Who checked the match commissioner on the day? On the day, GFNE Ben the Coco check in. Didn't we say that we have enhanced safety and protocol rules? You're the police divisional commander for Nyambeba. Who was the divisional commander there? Who was the district commander there? One and Elboa. There are real loopholes in this. And again, and we've told ourselves and say we are not honest people as Ghanaians. And more so with your born. And the sporting integrity keeps on being questionable. Other countries are. The South Africans don't play better football than we do. They don't play more competitive football than we do. But the same thing I bet to sponsor South African League. No sponsor. Why? Because we are not in the integrity levels is low.
And it's true because you see, I know me kokame and manko nti yeah nensem no over me person me can be. But when I was listening to Koka, now cause at the point my commissioner and the buy also you be man police for me and say I was like yeah labs is be in serious crowd
Ghana no enema na just sina
ya fa bibia normal
obi free mu ansa
na a whole policeman asabi or ko boni pa ho ban onye and
no wait enema say
the supposed I want to for na no say omi armed it is any pa no who say bibia sisi a policeman or dey no be dry
it is rich and American adwuma dey adi nations for no we politically they oma smart one ama
confidence say friends oma bom dey gumbi
but you see issues now
oma bom
media they me pen no issues now nations areas you know mama me overlook issues
oh yeah no there
these are issues I was see it me address and now who address come na ko say because Ghana it looks like I just asem see asani funny serious
so police days
because they okay also can say very important to say Dr. Kwame Cheka man say boy dey ekwi see atika na see lidia
dey be sisi because o ma say mpo no o mo intimidate yen this year kwatika na e sisi a because onim say at the point me take ko say omo bewura stadium okra no measures are money supporters ne yen ne say look stadium no initially ya adwe say amamonko but say agia tum say be mako
na ba yeshego amamontiam
mo ntwene ni ade na mu ntimi ko no mo shego amobi
but rich I am yasa Ghana football be be rich last 2 weeks Premier League be ko na wiye ne mo aye de Italian Serie A
we o de what ya be Yebo league ni be wi obi be kokot
no but rich me kwa me che say
yebo kokot o de wo ha be
so me ba so verdict ni kra amma before the game na yebo league na we ubet ma can you stick your neck out and say we na league no because verdict that be no the table
yen fa hwe matches nine nyame adoma ochina na games ni na 3 pm
munjai sa verdict 7 no bibi any go stars agini league am say verdict bang
na the verdict na
verdicts be any be bia senior verdict bang
but the will come out
when is the verdict going to come
we don't know
if it's a serious verdict you see at the end of the day the rules are there if you walk
up to now mai
there be na rules me on ma automatic
coffee say yen na
automatic
per the only Zando ni na kan sade no omra ni dia it shouldn't take us even a day
emrano wo na say yen na yehu bi
this ye twa dey
na the points no e ho man say you walking off no points na say be ko bi ho e be ko ni o tren wo no
but unim say
okay say me can say say de bisi say ba na say replay
and me replay. How is it a replay? How is that going to be a replay?
Maybe due to circumstances.
I want to say accompanying parties will be any go stars most remember. Then you watch. But there's no replay somewhere. The rules are clear. League na ba be do.
Moment this games.
Ochina bibia ni shego or share Accra Lions. Agbena.
Ya league no.
Ni eji ani wo bibia ni o chairman. Yeah ba. Chairman go see.
Jama go see MZ.
Ya uza na no ye interview no ka so obeji.
No akwa Africa.
E no oji akwa Africa
Nations fan. I am yo. What bounce anyway. We dey learn to.
Oma to oma bo mu gumbi.
Ochina say and nana Panazando say na for no Akalans for ni mbo and a Bruni ne coach. Bruni na nya Bruni no oko you know. Onya de. Ochina Frimpong man so ni mrantie no. Ochina Frimpong man so ni mrantie no. Kamara money ade. 2 goals first half, 2 goals second half, 4-0. Yapon. Ya G League no BBN after Samatex Western North BBN Western North. Yeah, Joe.
Costas and Accra Lions Nations Ebo Pandora